Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, and in this live stream we're going to be looking at the fantastic Dungeons of Eternity. I have 3 keys to give away tonight. We are also in the midst of a free weekend for this game, so if you are not lucky enough to win tonight or itching to try this game anyway, some of you may have already, you can sign in on the Meta app. Engage with the promotion, you'll find it along the top. Click on the banner for the free weekend. I believe there's the fishing game as well, Real Fishing VR or something along those lines, and Dungeons of Eternity. You can play the game for an hour. Should be enough for you to be able to make an informed decision as to what you want to do next. What I'm going to do is try and get a lot of the gumph of the game out the way so that potentially you can make the most of that hour. So we'll start with a new character, and I'm not gonna worry too much about what we look like, but we'll randomize it a little bit, see if we can get yeah, that no we randoming. There you go. Yeah, because the whole links are starting to come up a little short. It doesn't matter. Let's just go with that one. So this is a dungeon crawler. This is a dungeon crawler with cooperative as well. We have all the little trimmings that you would expect from this game. One of the things that I will say about DOE, Dungeons of Eternity that is, one of the things that I will say about DOE is this is one of the most complete games that I have played from the get-go. So there was a lot of polish and a lot of love has gone into this game right from the beginning, and now the devs are just adding and adding and adding. They need to add quicker, they need to add more, but they are adding, and it is for free. So exploring the dungeon requires free movement. You may choose between continuous, blink and teleport for those of you who are affected by the old VR sickness. There are vignettes within the game, and I believe they've got adjustable strengths in this as well. So this is a good one to find your VR legs or strengthen them. Continuous mode is what we're going to have on. Smooth walk-in. And we're going to be doing a little bit of teleporting anyway. It is literally just blinders on, blinders off. And, yep. Turning, we'll have snap turn, but you can have smooth turn if you want it. That'll do us. Don't use a lot of that anyway. And let's try and follow the tutorial and not break it. Like it's Radius 2. Just so people know, because that bit I've seen a lot of people actually struggle with. When it comes up with the menu, it is asking you to press the button to bring up the menu. I've seen people struggle at that bit, and we want to get the most out of your hour, so off we go. We can jump. This is the whole reason why.
Explorer. Your voyage across the vastness of space has proven successful. Before we begin basic training, let us review our mission. Legana, our homeworld. Not long ago, the Nova Guild made a haunting discovery. A cataclysmic cosmic event which threatens our very existence.
Ooh, shiny.
A star in a nearby system is approaching supernova. Its demise means the destruction of our homeworld. However, there may be hope. Nova Guild detected high levels of cosmic mana emanating from one of the planets orbiting the dying star. Research teams worked to the surface to investigate the sources of the cosmic mana. They discovered ancient machines built to harness this energy to keep the star alive. Unfortunately, we lost communication with Nova Guild once one of the machines was activated. Recon drones were sent to investigate. Scans revealed an interconnected labyrinth of fortresses, tombs, waterways, and caverns beneath the surface of the planet. There is no beginning or end to these dungeons. Because of this, we codenamed the planet Eternity. Beware, these dungeons are inhabited by hostile armies and monstrous creatures, unlike anything on Legana. Luckily, the weaponry found on this world is
Nailed it.
adept at dispatching the hostiles.
I mean, I would have preferred a pulse rifle, but yeah, okay.
Your mission is to conquer the dungeons and collect resources in order to survive. As you gain experience, make attempts to refuel the dying star by reactivating the ancient machines. You will not be alone. More Star Guild explorers are traveling to Eternity to aid in this effort. Band together with these heroes. Survive. Save our homeworld. Basic training in the ancient ways is required before exploring the dungeons of Eternity. Continue to the combat training area to begin.
That is basically the long and short of the story, and you don't really engage with the story after that. This is kind of an instance. Go into the dungeon, do the thing within the dungeon, finish, level up at your weaponry, craft new stuff, and on we go. And level up, there is some leveling up of character as well. I've actually just been playing Star Wars Squadrons. Yeah, it was very rebel-y kind of briefing. Thanks very much, Big Red Planet thing. So, again, you can engage in the story as much or as little as you like, and that's what I like from games. I'm too long in the tooth now to have to worry or bother about story. I play games for gameplay and things like that. Hostile? Yeah, well, the arrow obviously doesn't penetrate. Unholstered weapons. Melee are stored at your waist. Reach down and grab to unholster. Unholster by releasing. Throwing is very much a thing within this game. To begin with, you are not so good at it. As you find weapons that have the traits for it and you upgrade your exosuit abilities, you'll get better at throwing. Hack and slash, obviously. Range of movement, force of strike. Defend, there is a defend and a parry system within the game as well. Defeating enemies requires good hits, timing, and evasion. You can't get away with waggling. Not in this game. Activate a fighter. Ha-ha! I didn't see that one coming. A simple hand-to-hand combat. Lovely! I can tell you were impressed. So, that's our melee basics. Now we're going to look at range. So, as was already said, you have a slot on each hip. You can put various swords, axes, daggers, maces, bludgeons, various bits and pieces like that. You also have a two-hander slot, or larger weapon, I should say, on your shoulder. And what that is for is kind of determining the class that you are when you go out there. We have bows, we have crossbows, we have shields and magic. We got nukes, we got sharp sticks, we got it all. Ranged weapons, shields, I said all of this. Whilst holding the bow, grab an arrow. So, for you IDU faithful, this is a little bit more, dare I say, realistic. You actually have to grab the arrow from behind your back and notch before you can fire. It isn't like an energy bow or a magical bow. One of the cool things about that is that we are able to load the bow from both sides. So whatever way you find more comfortable is the way that you can play. Obviously it's vertical, and obviously it is notching the arrow correctly, as Beanie will show us at a later date, I'm sure. Yep, I think we are done. Unlimited arrows as well, worth noting. Throwing axes. I'll stick to bows, thanks. You are able to kind of throw and retrieve. So if you want to do your Asgard's Wrath side of things, obviously it's vertical. Oh, that was a great hit. Otherwise, thrown weapons will return after some time. So there is warrant in getting that timing down and knowing your range. You'll be seeing Beanie do a lot of this if what he does. That's very satisfying, actually, I must admit. So, tennis elbow incoming. Stand on the training platform, begin range target, score 100 points. It's enough. It's enough. Is that enough? Is that enough? Good. That's vertical. I do slightly cant. You're quite right. Sprint and jump. Whilst moving and pressing the left thumbstick down to toggle sprint. No available. Not available for blink and teleport modes, obviously. A button to jump. Longer jump by first sprinting. And sprint. No stamina bar, so this is about speed in the dungeon and as quickly as you can go and, you know, no getting tired. We're well trained. Grab the chain and perform a natural climbing motion with your hands to climb. But we also have something else. So I appreciate the fact that we are able to do this. But there are times when this becomes either a little bit slow or, you know, you don't want to have to do this. There's not that many chains to have to climb within the dungeon. What you can do is you can grab, look up, hold A, and you'll Mary Poppins your way all the way to the top of the chain, which is a nice quality of life feature, I think. Is it very VR? No, but you have the option. You want to climb it properly? Knock yourself out. But you want to get things done quickly? Well, we slide. Those chains are well greased. I didn't do the lever. Tell I haven't played the tutorial for a while. Dismounting can be done by... Try that again. Dismounting can be done by chucking yourself or jumping, but there is a very handy teleport button as well, which is a lot more precise. Get used to these. There's going to be a lot of these in the game. Lots of levers, lots of things to do. The reason why we're here. Loot and inventory. Loot pulling. Golden inventory items can be looted from a distance. Aim your hand at an item and press grab to pull it to you. Inventory, same. Breakables, yep. Health, we'll talk about that later. Using potions. All of your things as well. The UI on this game is very minimalistic. You can see your kills on your right hand. You can see your percentage of life and your gold on your left arm. You'll also get a nice effect on your fingers when you take damage, so that you know at a glance, even whilst in combat, when you are low on health, instead of having to check bars or check bits and pieces. A nice feature. Keys, all part of the looting process, and map devices, which we'll look at later. So, picking up money in this game is incredibly satisfying. And one of my favourite things to do, picking up all the loot. And it all has a purpose in the beginning. Like other games, IDU, gold soon becomes, when you have been adventuring for a little while, becomes a little bit irrelevant. That is something, however, I have been told they are sorting out. Lots of things to break as well within the dungeon. Lots of things to loot. These are the big pots. You can pop the lid off if you want to. That's my belly button inventory. Get all sorts of stuff in there. You can pop it off manually with the other hand if you want to, or you can press trigger in hand so that you can heal one-handed. Quaffing this will heal you. Smashing it on the floor will make a puddle that will heal you and your allies. There is no difference in smashing a large pot on the floor or quaffing it yourself. So, you know what they say about sharing. Sharing is caring. Upgrade modules are found in the chests. We'll talk about those later. The things that you can loot as well as weapon fabrications are cosmetics as well. All the cosmetics are cosmetic. There is nothing associated stat-wise. And that, for me, personally, within a game like this, is a good thing. There has been many a time that I have played a game where I can't wear what I want to because the stats are crap. And so you make one of two decisions. You wear the cool looking stuff knowing that your stats are going to be shite, or you wear the best stat stuff and look like an arse in the dungeon. And we don't want to look like an arse in the dungeon. We want that dungeon bling. So to give you an idea of the weaponry that was in the game, we have daggers, we have hammers, and that includes your bludgeons as well. So we've got, you know, boards with nails in, we've got big clubs, all sorts of stuff. We have our swords, good for fighting. We have our axes, okay for fighting, good for throwing. Daggers are probably best for throwing. We have our bow. We have our magical staff. Now, the magic system is a little bit underpowered at the moment. Things are being done with that. Again, magical staves are something that you equip to your back slot. So you can't be an archer and magic. Shields are another thing within the game. They take up your back slot. So that's the only problem that I find with shields. Is I love sword and board gameplay in this, but I can't take a bow and a shield. Again, it might be addressed in the future. We shall see. We also have crossbows as well, and there are some very cool skills for all of these things that can make the way that you play with them a little bit different. It isn't just about numbers and elemental effects and damage. There's things that fundamentally play the way that you play with some of these things. Like, for instance, the crossbow has the reload skill. You load it once and then get to fire multiple shots before you have to reload it again, making it basically a rifle, if you will. Didn't we already do this? I think we did. So we have regular keys. Regular keys go into the locks and you turn them, right? And then your chest opens. When you have this yellow hue, that means that the chest is ready to be harvested. Holding A collects the loot. You'll get money. You'll get bits, like potions and such, and you can all, this is where you get your cosmetics and your weapon fabrications, which you then create back at your desk. Skeleton keys, these are in most dungeon delving style levels. You'll have to find the skeleton key and one of these, pop it in there, and that will open up the rest of the dungeon so that you can get to the crescendo event, or the thingy room, as Von likes to call it. Okay, I think we are something like it. Can I land on his head? Yes! Easy. Where we going, where we going, where we going? We have our own room. Now, there are, I would imagine, going to be some decorations and various bits and pieces added to the game at some point. There isn't anything yet. You can't really customize your room. However, you can go in each other's room. Your character is saved as your character, and then you get deposited into a room, and then there you go. We do have, thank you, Von. We do have a ladder. The climbing mechanics are questionable for ladders, at the very least, but we don't have to do a lot of ladder climbing. I have seen worse games on ladder climbing. Always seems to be a problem. But we do have a bed up there. I've got no reason to go up there and do anything with that bed because it's mine. So, and then this is our character. We can change a lot of aspects about what our avatar looks like. I'll show that off later. We have up to 3 loadouts, and this is all per character. You can have 3 characters at the same time. This is the back slot that I was talking about, and I find that if you're looking to kind of sift this down to a proper RPG dungeon crawly sort of experience, it is your back slot that kind of determines your character class. So I am a ranger at the moment, but I'll have my dual weaponry on me at all times regardless, and this is where we'll find magic staffs, the shield, crossbow, so on and so forth. Well, everything's looking in order. We are looking rather drab. That needs to change. And yeah, that is about it. Other than that, I think we just need to go and do the tutorial mission now. You've also got the fabricator as well. This is where you can spend gold to fabricate potions. You'll get plenty of potions in the dungeon. You don't really need to be taking these. And to be fair, you won't have the gold to do so to begin with. You also have the ability to unlock everything that you can get item-wise other than gems, which are the ammunition system for the staffs, for those of you not aware. We've also got some perfect information and various bits and pieces, but none of this will really make much sense to you until we get going. So, I'll have a look at the introduction, or the introduction mission. You guys can try and win a key. So, for those of you who have not been in one of my giveaway streams before, if you would like to win a copy of Dungeons of Eternity on the Quest 3 native, then simply put the skull emoji in the chat, and then we'll harvest up all those skulls, and then the ravishing Siobhan shall pick as a winner, whilst I interact with the game. Oh, are you going to make me go on that one? Scanner locked? What have I not done? Huh? Oh, you wanted me to do stuff in the room. Yeah. I was just there. So yeah, skulls in the chat, or skull emojis in the chat if you would like to win a copy of the game. Cool. Done. So what we are going to do first, normally, hello Ray, normally we would have the ability to pick out of the 3 different missions. My favourite ones personally are the red ones, because these are your proper dungeon delving experiences. We also have a couple of other like game modes, I suppose. You have the crystal hunts, and you have the soul collections, or the soul collector missions. They need to be done, so you do break the experience up a little bit for yourself whilst you are improving your character. This is where you'll get the vast majority of the chests, which will then give you more and more. Anyway, enough of that. Let's launch our mission. So I don't know exactly how these are done, but I think most of them are procedurally generated, the dungeons, and then they are kind of like given a once-over by the team and then added to a huge list, because I've definitely seen dungeons that are very, very similar to others. If you find particularly good dungeons that you enjoy delving, you can save those, and then you can load them up and play them over and over again. So you can get if you find a good dungeon, you can become very familiar with it. You can also, if you get a good enough dungeon, and a good dungeon is one that would have a lot of chests and a lot of gold and a lot of enemies, and all very short, one of the 3. Once you have got that saved mission, you can just play that over and over again if you wanted to, if you didn't need the variety and you're just doing the grind and leveling up. You can also share those maps with friends as well, which is something that we do on here of a weekend. Occasionally, when I find a good map, I'll save it, and then I get people in at the weekends. On a Saturday, we often do a live stream for the old Dungeons of Eternity. So, that's, what, 25 minutes of me blathering on? Should we play the game, yeah? So, as I said, we have a pouch here, and literally you drop things into that, and that is your inventory. You can open it up, take what you want out of it, put things back in again. As I said, gems are the ammunition for the mage, for staves and staffs. So we don't need to worry about them yet. However, I'm sure Von will not be happy if I don't collect them all because she likes to the wizard. So we want to make sure that we're getting all of the gold. It does give you a small amount of experience when you get to the end of a level. You need to make a point of checking the little crevices and the little bits and pieces that are within the game, because you will find things. We are limited to a maximum number of health potions, or of any potions, of 3. We're limited to a maximum of 5 keys. Any keys that you do not use within a dungeon are lost. There are chests that you want to be going for and chests that you want to avoid unless you have an abundance of keys. With keys in this game, most of the time it's feast, every now and again it's famine. So as we enter new rooms, that will usually trigger enemies to come at us. At the moment we have just our simple skeletons and our simple zombies. One of the things that I really like about dungeons is that they have got no bones with making zombies completely invincible. Unless killed correctly. If I want to make this guy paraplegic, well, that's within my remit. I can do that. But I won't kill him until I shoot him in the head. Like a good zombie should. And for me, that is a detail that is missing in a lot of games that just have the zombie archetype rolling around. Headshots do more damage, yes, but what do we know about zombies? Sever the head or destroy the brain, otherwise they'll just keep coming. Doesn't matter how many arrows you put in them. Doesn't matter. Now, that little blurpy noise that you can potentially hear is the map. Again, another cool feature. So another thing that I do love about dungeons is they are doing a lot of things in this game that you can only really do in a VR game. That is not true of a lot of games in the VR space these days. One of those things, and it's a very cool, I think it's a very cool UI. One of the things that impressed me is once we have the map, we can use the trigger to open it up. And instead of just, you know, lazily pressing an option button and looking at a map and scrolling it about with a pointer, well, you can do that in flat screen. But we've got an actual little map that we can look at. And if needs be, if we want to be the navigator, we could shield the map from our allies. You know, I usually give the map to Von because she's got a better sense of direction. I'm here for the killing, so Von will tell us which way it is. The other thing that's very cool as well is in the cooperative setting, that is pretty small and it's nice, you know, but everyone's in a little bit of a kissy range when they're all, you know, feasting their eyes on the map. So just simply dropping it on the floor and we get a big map. And big map is what we want. Oh, is it a little bit low, is it? 2 seconds. Cheers, K2. I'll put it up to full because I don't need to worry about battery life anymore. So this game is supposed to be a bit dark and dingy. What's that looking like? Is that better? The game is supposed to be a little bit dark and dingy, but one of the things I haven't been able to counter yet is because I have to use the MetaQuest side, I have got lost in a straight line dungeon. Are you sure it's not that way? We just came that way, Rob. Okay. So, yeah, that should be a little better. I like my games dark and dingy, but again, the medium that I'm using, one of the things that I can't do is adjust brightness within it, and it seems to be quite dark. It is an app for developers, but to be fair, it gives me as this cinematic view that I have. It allows me to pick which eye you see out of, and there's a lot of benefits for using it. It also doesn't crop anything, so I really like this view. So, oh, the other thing I was going to ask as well, what's the sound like? It should be, because I know the audio was ahead in the last one, and that's because I didn't know that that happened in PCVR, but I normally have a delay and it should be fairly spot on. So yeah, as I was saying about the map, the other thing that's quite cool as well, again, it encourages teamwork. There is only one map. So when you find the map, you then basically, unless you want to nick it off of each other, have a designated navigator. One of the things that is quite important as well, these are like advanced tips and tricks. These will despawn after several minutes. If you take one out of your inventory, it's basically something that has been in your inventory will not despawn. Whereas something that has not been in your inventory can. So just by swapping items around in your inventory, those have been in my inventory, so they will stay there for the rest of the game. One of the things that you can do if you are struggling is you can take these extras with you and make a little stockpile. This is a great room to make a stockpile of stuff in, because we're going to be coming back here at some point when we find the key. So let's play properly, and Von, pick us a winner. So let's do yep, and then we'll those over there, and we'll that over there. Those the wrong way around. Damn, this is why I the bow. The hand-to-hand combat in this game is actually really good, and I don't engage enough with it because I really like the bow play. That's why I don't throw. Congratulations, Mind Chip. Oh, my pro's just gone. Oh, no, there it is. No. Come on. Come back to me now. Damn. Almost. Again, it's a small feature. It really is. I'm trying to take some damage here. Honest. So I can show you features, but we could literally, with the most powerful weapons in the game, hack at this zombie all fucking day. But it's until we hit that headshot that it'll go down. So a little bit of precision required. Oh look, as if by some kind of magic we are now damaged. We're at 50% health. It's okay though, don't worry, don't panic, chat. We've got plenty of health. Again, as I said, worth checking these corners and around things and behind things. Always. Always, always, always. No, it isn't for every enemy, Zane. Just zombies. And I think that that is a very good decision. I like that. For me, as far as zombie lore is concerned, be it fantasy, modern day, sci-fi, or anything in between all of that, headshots sever the spinal column, i.e. disconnecting the brain from the body, or destroying the brain kills the zombie. The rest of the time, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can pump them full of shots all day and they'll still keep coming at you. That's how zombies work. So as far as the health is concerned, small potions we can't smash. Just got to pop them. Just got to quaff them. You don't have to look at it. Just have to pour it over your head. That's not enough. And note how the red on our fingers denoting that we are in need of heals has receded a little, and we've lost the kind of intricate little swirly tattoo that we had on the back there. We've got some more. All the potions. There we go. 100%. 100% successful trip. So that is the door that we're going to need to go through to be able to interact with the rest of the dungeon. So that's locked off for now. To open that, we need the skull key. So we now are forced to explore the rest of the dungeons to try and find that before we can progress. But first, the loot. For those of you, and I'm mainly talking to Zane here, that need the ability to kind of jumping 360 shot, you are catered for. Can't go upside down in Dungeons of Eternity. Not yet. If I have anything to do with it, though, one day. One day! So, yeah, jumping shots are also, you know, very capable in this. As you progress within the game as well, you can increase your jump height, you can increase your sprint speed, you can increase lots of different things. You are limited. It's almost like there is a perk system and you're allowed to choose one for the head, one for the body, one for the arm, and one for the leg. Most weapon systems are catered for in some way, shape, or form, with the exception for some reason of magic. So, but hopefully that's something that will be added. There is no auto-aim with the bow and arrow in this game, although there is a little auto-aim with the throwing mechanic, and you don't notice it. You just, let me tell you, you don't notice the throwing mechanic, auto-aim, you just feel like a badass. Maybe I should have not mentioned it. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. But yeah, and I believe the further away an enemy gets, the lesser the auto-aim kicks in. Cheers, Beanie. Right? He's not wrong. He is not wrong. It's all I ask, and I never ask. Gem, see, you can be that good at your loot that it never even touches the fucking ground. Zane, Assassin's Creed had, the fact that it even had aim assist was a fucking travesty. Because the mechanics on that game are not too bad. You didn't need an aim assist. I mean, I don't mind aim assist in games. Just let us turn it off when we don't need it anymore. Yeah, it gives a little bit of challenge. Come on now. I'm all for aim assist, but there needs to be a way to remove these things. And other features as well. Because, you know, it's training wheels, isn't it? You have the training wheels on whilst you're getting good at the game, and when you are good at the game, you take them off. So, it's things like auto-aim by default, and various other features like that, that it then kind of locks it away for players that want that harder experience, and more importantly, it stops that kind of skill expression, because when you know that all of your shots are going to hit anyway regardless of what you do, then, you know, you hit that jumping 360 and, well, it doesn't really fucking matter because it was auto aim, wasn't it? So but there we go. You'll see that you have these portals between levels. These dungeons are also trapped. Another important factor for me is you can use the traps of the dungeons against the enemies. How many games have we played where there's something deadly in front of us, but the enemies can just fucking walk through it like it's not even there? Absolute bullshit. This game has it right. The enemies will be hurt and killed by things. We might even be able to get an example of that. Like, I can fight this guy near the fireballs. I mean, you know, the fireball trap is pretty basic, so it's probably not going to be one that we can make use of. But there are other traps. There's sort of like your pendulum swinging axes and various spike traps that I'm definitely sure we will see later on today. They'll obviously hurt us as well. These ones, there is no way to deactivate them. They're just on. So, this, according to the developers of the gate, is a secret door. Now, It's not very secret if you ask me, but that's what they're termed as in the game, so that's what we'll go with. A door will require... Thought I heard something creeping up on me then. A door will require a key to open. I know, right? Rocket science. One of the things that is very cool is we can look through and see if it is worth our time to open the door with a key. That one is not so much, because that door... that chest is a very small chest. But if you are at this stage of the game, small chests are not so great. At the later stages of the game, when you've collected all the cosmetics, the smaller chests can have cool stuff in them. Doesn't even touch the ground. Doesn't even touch the ground. And a little one that I picked up from I think it was Mystic Marvel. If you put the key in sideways, for you speedrunners, you can completely forego the animation of having to twist the key, which is nice. Leather moccasins! Oh my! Daddy's got them shoes. There are a lot of cosmetics within this game. I am quite sure if there is a look that you are looking for, you will be able to achieve it in this game. The only thing that they don't have, I think, within the cosmetics line is there's no cape. Because who doesn't want a cape? But, so this is another thing that can happen within the dungeon, is you can basically get a lock-in room, and we can't leave now until we have defeated the enemies. So let's do just that. Hopefully you can hear the music kicking in. The music is probably one of these unsung heroes in this game for me, because as I talked about earlier, I usually have it off for the simple reason that when I am doing oh, that skeleton had... this is why I don't throw, see? Or shoot. But again, just to show off the damage mechanic. That's the only reason why I took the hits. The fact that you get to smash the potions as well, you know. This isn't like your regular RPG where you, if anyone watches Viva La Dirt League, you don't just eat the potion and its contents. No, as I say, look, I'm not the one that confesses to be good. I'm not the one that confesses to be good at games. That's you, that is. I just know all the tips and tricks. Hello, Echo. How we doing? Oh, good stuff. Yeah, man, you're definitely going to have to get on at a weekend. You and the missus, if you want, and come and play with me in a live stream. There we go. So, if you are looking for your pretty serious dungeon crawling game, I mean, I'd like to say that I've shown you enough already, and there is more. There is more. One of the... So, as I was talking about, as far as the music side of things concerned, music kicks in at all the right times. For those of you that managed to catch the little advert that I did for the free weekend with that Conan-esque music, I mean, when I do these ads for those guys, it's easy to get them on board because I just do something Conan-y because they're all massive fans. So... But you can tell that by the soundscape that they have going on within this as well. You've got those eerie undertones and that sense of exploration on the music whilst you are wandering about. And then when the combat kicks in, it's all grand orchestra. And it's fucking awesome. Very powerful. Very powerful music. Almost powerful enough. Thank you, Von. almost powerful enough to... Oh, am I talking about? It's not powerful enough to suppress my voice. Oh. I don't even need these anymore. Got too many. Nice little, hey there, Silver Tongue Devil doing tips in 30 ticks. They can't get you up here. No, no, no. However, there are quite the variety of enemies within this game. We're not going to be fighting skeletons forever. Also, like other games, as you increase your level, the game gets harder. On top of that as well, there are also difficulty tiers that you can attempt when you play the game. It will recommend you a level of difficulty. Unfortunately, at the moment, there is no reason to... You're not wrong, Von. Not wrong. So, see? This is why you check. Because, and again, it's something that I appreciate. I feel like for checking all the nooks and crannies, I get rewarded. There's a lot of other games that I've played where it's like, why is there not any gold there? Why is there not an item there? This is a little crevice. It should be in and around there somewhere, and it's not. It is not. Cool, how we doing? All the potions... all the coin. Did you say we're at an hour? Oh, good. Well, hang on a second. Well, what does that take us to? That takes us to... Is that 9 o'clock already? Bloody hell. Right, better give another key away then, hadn't we? Yeah, let's give another key away. So, if you would like to win a copy of the excellent Dungeons of Eternity, please enter the skull within the chat for your chance to win. So, the other thing that I do need to talk about as well, I think I mentioned it before, but I don't think I mentioned it after, is if you... Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool, dude. Well, you need to come and play with me. You definitely need to come and play with me. So, in one of the live streams that we do. So, as I said, we do live stream this of a weekend where I will endeavour to play my top level character with anybody who has the games. And, I can help. I can bring you into dungeons. We can put them nice and low level, and you can go off and do your thing, safe in the knowledge that I have your back with my atrocious aim and terrible quips. So that is our crescendo event. So this is the finale room. We'll be there in a moment, but first there are probably some looting to do. So yeah, for those of you who are interested in well, it just so happens that the higher the level, the better weaponry that you get. And hello, gentlemen. You can get the reload skill up to 10, I think, when you are picking up crossbows at level 10. So, as I was saying, the higher level your character is, the more and nastier, well, not more, the nastier enemies you will face. So you'll start seeing elemental versions of everything. Yeah, it is just a colour scheme and they don't really change too much, but they do get a bit faster and they do have some different attacks. There is quite the variety of enemies. There are ones that will fight normally, like your skeletons and your zombies. There are spiders, there are bats, there are various imps, and I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but there is a nice variety of enemy within the game. Oh, he's had a hell of a time. Oh, this is what got him. Aggression is rewarded in this game. If you can attack enemies before they come out of those portals, easy wins. Said like a true gentleman, echoing. My wife is an excellent distraction. So, see, hidden, and then a little bit at the top there as well. I half expected there to be some back here, but you got to check because there could be. Ooh, gem. Oh, sorry, Von. That one's for you. So, let us get our keys. All, as it said, all weaponry, if you manage to drop it, it is equipped to you, so it all teleports back, which is a nice feature. then makes the throwing of the thing a good thing. That's why we don't open small chests a lot of the time if you are not doing well on keys as an individual or a party, because the smaller chests usually just contain gold and nothing else, and you can get a lot more value out of your keys. There are 3 tiers of chests. These are the small ones, we have the medium ones, and then we have the big ones. Big ones, priority. Medium ones, they have a skull on the front. You'll recognize the big ones. They're huge, covered in skulls and spiky. The medium ones have a skull on the front. The little ones just look like little chests, and they are not worth bothering with unless you have an absolute abundance of keys or you're very close to the end of the level like we are. And we've got both. I don't need that. And yeah, as was said, the environments are fantastic. They're good enough graphics to be serviceable as far as background side of things is concerned, and the love and the attention has been put on the bow, the weaponry and the various bits and pieces up close, and the enemies as well. Yeah, no, it's definitely a great little tip, that one. Making those little stockpiles, all about it. So make sure we've done everything in the room. Thank you. Well, I mean, I'd say it's best to play standing, but I know lots of people that I play with regularly play it sitting, and they never have any complaints. You are catered for on both occasions. The problem is, Tony, never ask me that question, because I'm always going to say standing. I can stand for a very long time, and I do all of my movement in real life, because that's why I'm in VR, for Christ's sakes, and I have no bloody cable attached to me. So again, this is what I like to do for, you know, my, I don't know, level of skill expression, if what I do you could consider as skill, but I like to move around on my mat. A lot of the time I'm just turning on the spot, but this is why I have a little VR mat. So, oh, and before I forget as well, I keep saying and not actually finishing the factor. If you, well, see, there's times, though, isn't there, where you've had a long old session or you're just doing a bit of a grind and you want to have a sit down. All I'm saying is you're catered for. I know Fee likes to sit down on this game a bunch, and one of the problems that they used to have is where the inventory is located, and it was too low when you were sitting, so you were almost reaching into your own groin to bring your inventory up. But they've made that so that you can adjust all of these things now, as well as the seating and the standard. As I was saying, there is a Quest 3 competition on at the moment from the developers of this game, Othergate, and there is a link pinned in the comments at the top. It's one of those Gleam competitions, so I'm sure most of you have a Gleam account. It's legit. It's been around for quite a while, and basically you do the list of things that gives you the entries, and then you're in. And obviously the more entries you get, the more chance you have of winning said Quest 3. Right, for those of you who are hoping to win a copy of the game, you have until I finish this. So, if you are interested in winning a copy of the game, please put the skull emoji in the chat if you have not already. If you have already, you're good. Talking about my aim. Beanie, the aim is really difficult in this, alright? Damn. I do like this. For those of you who are au fait with Dark and Darker, the ability to load on either side of the bow, is it necessary? No. Was it needed? No. Is it cool? Fuck yeah. Again, that whole skill expression thing that we're talking about. I can aim and I can play with the bow exactly how I want to. You know, you want to aim, you want to put the arrow underneath and then turn it upside down. Just go right ahead. Just go right ahead. So this is our boss. He will require only headshots, very much like a zombie. That's one of quite a few different bosses. We've got everything from that'll do us one. Pick as a winner. Hello, Chris. And yes, isn't it though? Isn't it? I love it. I don't use it a lot, but I appreciate the fact when it does. You can, technically, as is done in Dark and Darker, probably fire a little bit faster than that. Faster than normal, even though it wouldn't be what you would consider proper technique. What I know of archery, I mean, first off, you'd hold the arrow by the bottom there, but it is trigger or grip. You can grab the arrow from the quiver however you want to. Although this is being held wrong, we can't have everything. Notch, turn, pull, fire, as you should have to do if you are using proper technique as far as archery is concerned. And nice one, Chatty. Congratulations. So, as I was saying, so if you're interested in Quest 3, get those Gleam entries in. We have one more key left to give away, which will probably... Oh, would you believe I've talked a little bit too much and too often about this game and haven't stuck to the schedule for giving away games. So I'm getting close to showing off the multiplayer now. So that's just the tutorial mission. We've got our level ups. The level cap at the moment is 60. As I said, the higher this gets, the more difficult enemies you will be recommended to face. There's a difficulty tiering now as well, so if you are finding the game too easy, you can scale it up, and if you find it too difficult, you can play every level on the easiest setting. And I mean, I don't like it, but this is just me. But there is no reason to play the higher difficulty other than challenge. You don't get, for instance, more XP from playing it in the hardest setting. So for those of you that are trying to grind through the game to get it, like, you know, to the top levels, because where your level that you are affects what fabrications that you will get and the strength of the weaponry that you will receive. We also get, as you can see, XP for the quest, for the amount of loot collected, which is, you know, ground, coin, and coins from chests. There is also another amount for quest there in general, and then there's a performance XP thing. I'll be honest with you, some of these things I don't know how they're calculated. I do know that XP has been reduced to try and slow the progression of the player down a little bit, just so you're getting more out of your game. Now, the one thing that I would say is, so that means that you're going to be doing quite a lot of grinding. Well, a lot of games have grinding in them. But then, if you are doing it with friends, or having a great time whilst you are engaging with the mechanics and engaging with the dungeon, is it really a grind if you're having fun? No, it's just then at that point progress. I think they do have this game a little skewed towards the end game side of things, but that's just developers trying to extend the interest in the game. I'll tell you now, once I get to level 60 on my character, the amount that I play this in my own time will drop. I'll still play it at the weekend. It's going to take me a long time to get to 60, let me tell you, but at least I get something for it. But there is something for having those bars that are progressing, and I'm terrible for, once I've maxed out everything, I'm kind of like, I need more now, I need more to do. So, but again, they are working on this game. There are, let me tell you, there are some big plans. So, but I can't go into it too much because a lot of it is in the up in the air stages at the moment. So we have some fabrications. We now are able to buy ourselves a fuck off hammer. We'll store that in the armory. And we can have ourselves a little dagger. One of the things that always impressed me about this game is the amount of models that they have for all these things. There's probably about 6 different daggers. Must be about 20 different looking swords. That's not even talking about the probably 10 different two-handed sword models. There's different models for the bow, for the crossbow, for the most of the staffs are the same, but then there's 7 varieties of magic within the staff, and each one looks different to the other. As far as equipment is concerned, if we go to our loadout, go to our whatever side it is, I know, right, bit of a peasant, yeah, and we equip that to that side, and we now have that. Some one-handed weapons can be wielded two-handed. There isn't any real reason to do that other than for the feels. The two-handed swords in this game are supposed to be wielded two-handed to be combat effective. That's how they get some of their knockback effects and unblockable side of things. Hello, Chris. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? It's got a lot of things and a lot of stuff in it. I've heard it mentioned plenty of times in the comment side of things, and again, I'm all for, you know, I'll show you it and I'll try not to hype it up too much, and I'll try and tell you what I think is good about it. I won't tell you how it makes me feel. I'll try and give you actual material stuff and try and show you what I'm doing as I'm playing it, as opposed to, you know, oh yeah, this game feels so good because I'm having a great time and it's good. I'll try and be, well, a little bit more detailed than that. So, but this is one of those games that I've seen a lot of people in the comments from my various videos of, this is the reason to get into standalone VR. Myself personally, if you're talking like Quest 3, like 450 to 500 quid for this game, I mean, you know, buying a, well, what is in essence a console for a specific game is always not a great idea, because sometimes you feel like you're forced. But as far as this is concerned, and I'll tell you now, I've played this extensively on the Quest 2 as well, and it looks just as good. This is... It's a strange question to ask me, Tony, but this is one of the ones that I always fall back to for live streaming. So that should tell you everything that you want to know, because I enjoy playing this game. I enjoy streaming, but I like to have a good game to do it. And this, I know I can come in and have a good time, and I can play with all of you lot. That's the important part. At the moment, my games are this, Hell Sweeper, still playing a little bit of Mud Runner, and Downtown Club. Downtown Club. Haven't played that one for a little while. So let us, instead of having on the old left, it is definitely clearer on the Quest 3. However, I do not think you will be disappointed on the Quest 2. This game has been made for the Quest 2 and then just looks even better on Quest 3, as you would expect. There you go. Should have a little go with them all? I think we should have a little go with them all. So you've got like your damage stats, you'll get like elemental effects, you'll get sort of like poison, slow, various bits and bobs. All of these things will make the weapons glow as well. Various different glows for various different effects. In addition to that as well, there are a lot of different perks. So you have got things that are just damage increases and so on. You've got ones that are specific to certain monster types as well. You've got then ones that, you know, a chance for the thing to explode, and that happens with like thrown weapons like axes. You throw it and there's a chance it'll just blow up. You have, as I said, slowing. Shot distance, that one's actually quite an important one for me, because the shot distance trait on this, when you have it, and the trait that you can have on Exo, turns a normal arrow into kind of like a wildfire distance and speed arrow. I like my arrows to be consistent and fast, and having those skills on the bow, they don't do anything, but you can kind of the arrow will travel straighter and not lose its height for longer, so you can then not have to aim off as much. At the moment, aiming just above the table, we're barely hitting it, but if you have a couple of shot distance, that arrow would fly straight over the top of the table. Hey, it's an important skill to me. It might not be to everybody else, but I like shot distance. And then slowing the reload one, this is now updated. You can get a lot more extra shots to reload than 1 to 6. Chance to slow, so you can make your enemies go into the matrix. Throw-in distance, a good old vampiric effect. This has a big effect on when you are using thrown weaponry. Poison, it basically staggers the enemy indefinitely for you, or weakens the enemy for an easy kill. It's throw distance twice there. Area damage, again, that one's more your melee explosion-y sort of stuff. Knockback distance, this is fucking hilarious on the shield. The shield, again, as you'll have seen on the video that I've done, can knock enemies back a little. When you start putting the knockback skills on and some of the exo points, you can fucking send them. It's really good. Unblockable, more of a thing you'll find with your two-handers, but it just basically means that you can carve through guards. Stab damage allows you to do more damage when you stab, as you can probably appreciate. Absorb is a good one on shields and some weapons. It gives you a vampiric effect when you get hit, or when you block rather. And then what else we got? And then, yeah, throwables and various bits and pieces. All things can be thrown. The throwable skill just makes it better. So, and that's about... Yeah, I think we've covered everything. But wait, there's more. So, the last thing I suppose to have a look at before we give away this last key and get Beanie and Von in. In fact, yeah, let's give away that last key now, and then Von and Beanie can start getting ready, and then we'll show off the last element of this game, which would be the cooperative. So, if you would like to win our last key of the evening for the awesome little Dungeons of Eternity, skulls in the chat. Skull emoji in the chat if you would like to win a copy, or be in with a chance to win a copy of a key. So, as I said previously, the dungeon delves are definitely that for me, that's where the experience... Why is that locked? Tutorial. Tutorial. Yeah. More tutorial? Yeah. It might actually show us within the tutorial what we're supposed to be, what I wanted to show off. Ah, here we go. Quest modes. So, the dungeon raid. Objective: find and repair the broken recon drone to return to the outpost. Explore dungeon in search of valuable loot required for your survival. That is the kind of mission that we have just done. So, go through the dungeon, find the key, usually. Use the skull key to open the skull gate, I guess. Find that, defend it, put the batteries back in. Job's good. Excuse me. The crystal hunt is something that me, Beanie and Von will show off a little bit later. The objective here changes. The kind of map that you get also changes. You have multiple rooms to go off and explore. You collect the crystals. You then put the crystals into these receptacles. And then, excuse me, oh, very windy tonight. So, it's all that, must be all that air I'm sucking in. So, you put the crystals into the receptacles, that then charges the pyramid, then you have to protect the pyramid. And it's a little bit more than just fight the enemies off. These little stepping stones that you put on allow you to attack the enemies, and then they eventually dissipate so that the enemies, or the enemies that can damage the pyramid, become invincible. They go red, which then means that either by yourself or as a team, you actually need to fucking work together. There are too many games that are cooperative, and not just in VR, where, you know, you're just a bunch of people playing together, and it doesn't feel like there's any team element to it. But in this, you know, you're going to have somebody who's going to have the map. They're your navigator. You're going to need to listen to them or fucking snatch the map off of them when they're not looking. You have to, you know, you have to manage your resources because you can only carry so much each. A good wizard will make sure... I'm not talking about Von much. A good wizard will make sure that everybody's inventory at all times is stacked with a load of gems, because then they become increasingly effective because they got all the ammunition in the world to do the cool stuff with the magic with. Keys need to be managed. You can't go off and just squander them. You need to check with your party who's got what. And then there's the fighting element as well. Your range is going to be particularly good against some enemies. Your magic is going to be better. Your melee and your thrown is going to be better against others, and you do have to coordinate. The Soul Harvest is the final kind of game that we have where one player, and again encouraging the teamwork if you play it correctly, in my humble opinion, the soul staff, one person has it, and they need to collect the souls of the fallen enemies. If you have a person maining the staff, and again, we've got our very own Von because she likes doing it, and hello, Lord Beavis, get a skull in the chat, mate. Oh no, you've already got this game. Don't put someone else in the chat if you want, Beavis. So as far as this is concerned, you, as I said, your best bet is to have one person maining the staff that collects all the souls, and then they want to really be doing as little fighting as possible and just concentrating on picking up all the souls. All of these have a purpose as well. It isn't just like, oh, chests and experience. Oh, chests and experience. The soul keeping, this is how you unlock more things to fabricate, such as potions and the nastier things that you can get, like invisibility, haste, quad damage, resurrection, all these different kind of potions. You get the ability to fabricate them from the get-go. The crystal hunt gives you your exo points, and whilst we're at it, whilst we've got the old competition going on, so again, anyone who didn't hear, there we go, complete tutorial, and we're done. Yep. Oh, it does tell you all the information here as well. Player level, complete quests, collect loot, and defeat hostiles to gain experience points and level up. The higher your player level, the better the loot rewards, but be rare, hostiles also grow stronger. Yeah, I'm about the same, mate. So the other thing to note as well is what we played in, which was the Underworld, which is just the tutorial map. That one is set. These ones are, I don't know how exactly it works. There is supposed to be, these maps are supposed to be procedurally generated, but I feel like they're at least procedurally generated somewhere and then kind of looked at and then released into the pool sort of thing. So, but you'll get different names and different dungeon sizes. You'll also see that the pyramids are their own thing, and then that the soul missions are also their own kind of rooms as well. But wait, there's more to it than that. So that is your underworld side of things. You then have your sand biome. So this is very much your, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark, temple-y sort of thing. You've got your sewers. Hello, Don. Have you got this, Don? Get a skull in the chat if you haven't. We're on our last key giveaway. So this one is sort of like decrepit, dungeony, but sewers. Nasty, but wait, there's always more. And then you have your kind of hell scape sort of thing, and they all feel different. And there, I will tell you as well, because every now and again we'll come across a new one. I'm sure Beavis would say the same. They are adding more, but every now and again you'll be playing a dungeon, and you know, it is procedurally generated in that there will be tiles. So this can't point and point. Yes, Cam, if I do that. No, I can't. So, for instance, the green room will be a different room most times, and you'll see that room potentially. You never really see the same room repeated in the same dungeon. As you play the game, like with most roguelikes, you'll see similar setups, and it's almost like it is modular in that all of the rooms are just bolted together. There is a fuck ton of rooms. Even I, with the amount of hours that I've put into this game, I'm still occasionally coming across new fucking rooms that I've never seen. And it's really good. Really good. This is your level of difficulty. At the moment, I'm recommended to stay on the lower difficulty. When you get into your 50s, 60s, you're expected to go on hardest. Things change here as well. One of the things that we haven't looked at is when you are playing this game in multiplayer, if you go down, you need to be revived by your teammates. In solo, if you take enough damage to go down, you are kind of given a timer. If you are able to kill within that timer, you don't go down. I think it's a very good way to allow people to actually play this as a solo game. So, hardest is crazy. They do the usual thing of, you know, the enemies take more damage and they can do a lot more damage, but it does feel like they're faster. There doesn't seem to be much change in the AI. That's the only thing that I would say for hardest, but there's a lot more things that down you in hardest, and there's no real way to recover from it. So, what we'll do now is we will... I think I've covered everything. I've probably missed some things. There's so much to talk about in this game. So, yeah, that'll do us. End it there, Von. Get that last key given away. Beanie, Von, if you'd like to get your headsets on and come join me in the multiplayer. I'll set up the room now. So I'm going to go and do some talking in the what's it called? So let's return to the main menu, and I'll show some bits off whilst Beanie and Von get their lives together. So we'll switch up to where I am. Even I'm not at maximum level. I was at one point, and then they raised it. When you get to level 50, you get these lovely little chevrons. Von has taken the time to get herself up to level 60, just so A, she can lord it over me and Beanie, and B, you know, I can then show off what it looks like, what you can achieve by getting to level 60. The one thing that I will say is your most powerful weapons that you can fabricate will be those ones that you achieve when you are at level 60. Oh, well done, gentlemen. Excellent work. The cooperative is pretty fucking seamless within this game as well. We can simply people can join your dungeon if you have it open straight off of your friends list. We also have the ability to host lobbies, and we can host private lobbies with friends with a private room code. We use the code DUA, so that is Delta Oscar Echo Romeo, more for Beanie than anybody else. So I'm going to create that room now. Hopefully there's nobody in it, and Beanie and Von will come and join us presently, and we can all have a collective laugh as to how low Beanie's level is. So I can show off some things here. There's not many of the mind traits available in this game, and I don't think they're very good, but there are a lot of things within it. You can buy them with the soul crystals, with the crystals that you get from doing the crystal hunt missions, and that's how you kind of level up your character. And then you can pick one perk for the mind, for the chest, for the arms, and for the legs. The only perk that I think is just too much in this game, and it saves you having to bother with any of these, is the regen perk. And it also means that you don't really need potions either, but then you do miss out on some pretty cool effects of, like, you know, increased health recovery, reduced magic damage, decreased poison damage. A lot of them are... oh wait, hang... oh, we got another fake one in here. I said don't join. It's for Beanie and for Von. Oh wait, it's not Beanie, but you are Beanie, aren't you?
Why am I so tall?
Why did you throw away your legacy? So I don't know why he's done this, but I think, what, maybe he's got done for tax evasion or something, so he's got to, you know, try and confuse the tax man or something. So, right, we have a beanie, and we'll... I've got some bits and pieces to show off anyway. So, as I said, we've got the regen. All of these can be increased through levels 1 to 5. You will need more exo points for that. He's just always got to... He's always got to be in, hasn't he? So, and I have the haste. Again, I think it's the only one that's really worth taking as far as the foot is concerned, because it just basically increases your movement speed. So not only can I move probably about 50% faster than what I already move, but I can now sprint very fast as well. That then increases your jumping distance. This is the guy that we're going to come and pay attention to after we've done a soul hunt. He will give us a reward for soul hunting. For some reason, he's on our side. Like Echoing was saying, I don't quite understand why they've got the sci-fi story, but then it's connected to a Dungeons and Dragons experience. I think they might have started off with a shooter, and then they've changed it to this. But alright. Hang on. There you go. And we just respawn. I disagree highly with this. It should not be a respawn. I should respawn dead and in the need of a revive. So, also, another cool feature. Where's he gone? There he is. He's too fast. He's just too fast. Another cool feature. Hi, Vaughn. Look, see? She's lording it up above us with these little golden chevrons that she has. But that's because she's a level 60 and has all the cool stuff. But we are also able to sword fight, aren't we, Beanie? There is actual detection between me and him. And it vibrates and everything. Ha! Oh no, I got a shield on still. Oh, go on. Have a bash. Does it actually impact? I assume it does. Ha! You'll never get through my shield. He got through my shield. Right, cool. I'm going to go and put something sensible on. Let me slip into something more comfortable. I'm going to keep the same thing on. The only other thing... I've given a lot of comments of positivity about this game. There are a couple of things that I think are negatives within it. One of them, it doesn't matter how you change your avatar, your arms will always look the same. It doesn't really matter, but come on now. We've got plenty of games that do manage this. I would imagine the reason why they haven't done it is probably a lot of work for how the game has been done. But still, I'm sure they'll sort it out one day. Increase crossbow damage by 50%. Yes, please. We will have a look at my loadouts, and I think it's this one. There we go. So... this is the higher level. The one thing that I will say is you will start getting all of this nice stuff probably within your first 5, 10, 15 levels. You start getting all of these nasty enchanted blades with various bits and pieces and some very cool looks. Yeah, will do, Echo, and cheers. Have you got some potions on you, Von? I haven't got anything, so I don't know if you've fabricated anything up. Of course she does. Right, cool. Our resident alchemist. Our resident alchemist is sorted. Right, now, Beanie, please tell me you're actually going to use the bow, right?
What, this thing?
Yeah, he has brought it. Watch him just spend the entire dungeon throwing things. And as you can see as well... you can have some pretty unique looks. So if you want to go for full-on armored, you've got that. Just to give people a quick look, because there's too much for me to cover here. But just to give you a quick look, you can change face, eye color, teeth, whether you have a beard, your hairstyle. And there are helmets for days, almost 3 pages of them. There is armor for days, 2 full pages of them. There is accessories, there are trousers, we got boots and hands, and you can change the accented colour of all of these things as well. So when you found everything that you like, you can then change it how you want it to look, colour-wise. Hence why I was able to get the old devil horns, and I am red-skinned. Thanks. I can't... oh. It's still here. It's still here.
Oh.
There was a time when you used to get friendly fire out of that. That time is gone. So, and obviously then as well, you can change your skin color. So if you want to be, I don't know what, I mean, probably a tiefling or devil or whatever. But, you know, you can go all the way from Drowy or Drukai or whatever you want to call a dark elf to orc or whatever. You can be what you like. You know, little undead shade to thee there. Go for a fucking Tinker from fucking Buck Rogers, I guess.
Let's go, Twiggy.
Alright. Fine! Let's get some things done. Ooh, I will just check my battery a second. Oh, thanks very much. Yep. Nailed it. I'm just going to change my battery a second before we get this going. Because I haven't got anybody. Do you know you can stack those, by the way, Beanie?
You can what?
Right. Go. Do it now. And go get the rest of them.
Oh.
We don't. I tell you what, that's going to keep him. That is going to keep him busy for hours. He's just like me in that regard. He's like, we're not leaving here until I've managed to stack all 7 on top of each other.
What's going on?
And you can. I missed it. You can topple each other's. Go on. You can hit them. It's well, yeah. Hey, got it. I hit that. Come on, go on then. All right, Beanie. Come on then, Mr. IDU. Right. You threw that yourself. Right. Ready? Draw. Ready. Failed. Absolute failure. Missed it completely. Right. So. What we'll do then, seeing as we'll do a little dungeon delve. It looks like Von and Beanie has found us something. The different biomes have different enemies within them as well. One of the things that is, we're not going to play it on top difficulty because you haven't got the weaponry for it, basically.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be there for... Well, no, I would rather have you killing things at a reasonable speed than you being there for hours and me and Von having to do all the fucking work.
Are you doing any work?
You're doing plenty.
I hardest difficulty the other day.
It's not... Yeah, I know. It's not difficult. I mean, well, actually saying that, solo-wise, it can be. Get to see all our nice little faces there as well. Von, mischievous grin. Lovely. So, as I said, this biome is a little bit more... It's somewhere between the crypts, the ancient crypts, but with a red sheen to it. But then, as you'll see, a lot of the rooms are fundamentally changed. Like, even this one is going to be a little bit different. And I've got to the point where I've got all of the things and the stuff, so now I'm only going to get weapon fabrications, which is good. Good news for us. Unique. Unique. Spiders are in the game, unfortunately. There is an arachnid, a proper arachnophobia mode being added at some point soon. There is already a perk that stops enemies leaping at you if, you know, you don't like spiders attaching themselves to your face, which is how they attack. And you'll see this is one of the imps that I was talking about. These guys are as fast as I am, even with the perks. I hear dragons. But like, for instance, if I remember rightly, I think this room, a lot of the rooms are unique to the biomes, and there's so many. Like, some are the same with just like a little bit of a change. Like, for instance, if memory serves, this courtyard is not unique to one. There's a couple that it can be on. One of the things that you will see that's happening as well is, because we're playing on a higher difficulty and we have higher levels, enemies are wearing the armor that you can get within the game, and it does actually have an effect. If you try and headshot an enemy that has a metal helmet on, your arrow will ping unless you hit them in the face. Try and demonstrate. I've got an ice arrow on though, so notice you can punch them when they're frozen. Standard maneuvers on this channel. Well, he blocked that on the way in. What a boy. These bomber guys are absolute nightmares. Uh-oh. Cheers.
Really?
Those bomber guys will blow themselves up, though. They are very much on the game overing themselves element as far as bombing is concerned. Right then, where we going? What are we saying? Should we start? We came in this way, didn't we? We start on the right and work our way through. Yeah, start on the right and then we'll keep on going to the dungeons to the right. And so part and parcel of the adventure. Now, as you can probably see as well, Von is in the Netherlands. Beanie is in the UK. I've played this with lots of different people. And one thing I will say is, I've never really had any sort of juddering or slowdown. I'll tell you now, the network coding on this game is some of the best that I have seen. And the fact that, now here is a very important factor, and I don't know if it'll matter to you guys watching, but it matters to me massively. When I do a thing, they see it. When they see an enemy, they see it in the same place as me. And there are so many games where that is not true, or it doesn't manage to nail it. This game does. If I hit an enemy with a shield, with the knockback skill, and send them absolutely flying past these two, they will see it. That is very I was talking. My jumping isn't quite as good when I'm talking. That is very important to me. Very important indeed. I always go round, if I'm honest. I was talking. It affects the amount of height that I can get in my leap.
Parkour.
Shut up! Bugger, bugger!
Parkour!
Oh, mate, you are gonna love the parkour. You are gonna love the parkour in Radius, Beanie. It's really good. One of the things that we have never really done in this game, and there is definitely scope for, is everybody having a sword and shield, and you can do the whole sword and board play, and, you know, link shields and move toward the enemy. Haven't been able to do that yet. Maybe we'll see about doing that later, but it won't. It's not the greatest way to play the game, I'll tell you that much, but it'd be fun. What have we got? That is... Oh, this one's got the map in it. Has anybody got much in the ways of... I've got 2. It's probably worth our time getting the map. Ow! What the fuck?
That was rude.
That was it must have been an explosive barrel. Oh, look at this! Oh! There you go. Here he is. Here he is. Look, the legendary Beanie. Oh no, it's not, is it? It's not. It's a simple, and I have, to be fair, I have asked Beanie if he could, like, make sure he goes down so that A, I can take the piss, and B, show you guys how the revives work. So, it wasn't, that was the plan, right? That's what we said. We said that all along. That was definitely it. Definitely it. Scripted. So, Quiet Von, you were in on this too.
Sure.
Even she's so shocked. What a great actor. Give it up for the mighty Siobhan. So, oh yeah, I do need some of these, but I don't. I'm collecting for others. Let's take a right. So we now have the map, which will make things a little bit easier on the navigation side of things. Also, you would think, but thankfully Von's holding it and not me. Or Beanie, for that matter. Oh, Beanie!
What?
We need you open. We need you on chest details.
Why do you need me on chest details?
Well, because if you open the chest, there's a chance that you'll get better things. You'll also get more XP out of it as well. And you're the lower level, so we'll get you opening all the medium chests. So... Isn't that right, Von?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, you, there is good reason for you opening the chests. But I don't want to spoil it. You'll see Von putting work in here with the ice staff and a little reload there. She is literally freezing the wizards. This is another one of the enemy types, is the wizards. They'll have various magical attacks. And so if you are looking for your proper D&D dungeon delving cooperative experience, look no further. I'd say...
That is a dead end.
Which one? That one.
That one.
Let's go! Oh shit! So this is the part of the game that I don't agree with, in that if you fall off, you just get respawned. But then, I mean, it stops people that are not very good at platforming. Von. It stops people that are not very good at platforming having an absolute nightmare with the game.
It's harder with
Ooh,
chest. Oh,
big
oh,
chest in here. Anyone else got a key?
I have 2.
Help! Come on.
Sorry, Beanie was laughing. Did you say we have a key?
I do not have a key. Ah, I found a key.
Off you go. I love these traps. I love them. These are the big chests that we were talking about. Lots of money. Additional bits and pieces. Are you alright on gems, Von? An invisibility potion?
I have 3.
You have 3. Okay, cool. I've got the extra one. Just to show off what we can do. No, Pixel... no, it's not Pixel Dungeon that I've seen. There is... This and Demio are the best D&D games. No, not wrong. Not wrong. Pixel Dungeon. Pixel Dungeon I haven't seen. I don't know if you're thinking about Ancient Dungeon. Ancient Dungeon is another very good D&D. Beanie Chance in it. I want to block you. Can I not push you in? They
Go in and look up. It's quite freaky.
No thanks. I might get spiked. So if that's a new one, the other one that I think is a very good D&D game, and that one's actually 4-player cooperative, or dungeon crawling game anyway. That one is 4-player cooperative, is Ancient Dungeon. The only problem with Ancient Dungeon, if you're anything like me, is you could be put off by the graphics of that game because it is that very Minecrafty style. And Ancient Dungeon is very good. I hear that there are problems with the online cooperative at this stage. And that's part of the... Well, there's a lot of reasons why I would rate this higher than Ancient Dungeons. Don't get me wrong. I really like Ancient Dungeons. I do not like the Minecraft-esque look of that game. But the gameplay is good enough in that I got over myself on that side of things. I don't do that for... a massive amount of games. I don't need good graphics, but I do need at least what I think is a good art style. I don't consider the Minecraft side of things a good art style. It's an art style, it's not a very good one. So, but as I said, if you are after the cooperative experience, this is your game. This is the one that you will come in and you will just have it smooth as butter and you will have no problems. Yup, sir. Damn. Again, with there being no consequence, it doesn't matter if we miss our jumps. And I think it's the same in the hardest mode as well. So, unfortunately. Depending on the size of the dungeon, your instance time, especially in cooperative, will be shorter, but your instance time will be in that sort of like 20 to 40 minutes per dungeon if you're exploring every single room. And I'll tell you now, some of the dungeons that you can get within this game are fucking huge. Absolutely massive. Like, I think we've had, what, about 25, 30 rooms before, Vaughn?
Yeah.
Something in that sort of region. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but when, you know, when you get used to the usual pacing of this game, it is a lot. We've got dungeons, we've got rooms to go back and explore as well, haven't we? Ow.
I don't know, check the map.
No.
What we like for keys as well.
3.
Okay, we've got plenty. Yeah, what's the map saying, Vaughn? I thought we had one branch to go off of at the very start. One branch, like, because we were in that big room.
Already, haven't we?
Did we?
We've done that already. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm not in charge of the map. Memory.
So we ready?
Yep.
Yes. And this can be different as well. Sometimes it will just be enemies. Other times it will be a collection of bosses like we have here. So we're fighting against the skeleton champion to begin with. Beanie trying to take him down in hand-to-hand. That guy is a beast in hand-to-hand combat, I might add. And we have the summoner.
Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, this guy. He goes down quick. He'll summon different enemies and then teleport around the map. And who else we got? Another summoner up top. And then all of these can have their different magical colours about them. He usually teleports behind you. Easy!
Bro, that was heroic.
Right? Easy stuff. Again, remember as well, though, me and Vaughn are quite over-leveled for where we are, and, well, Beanie's just Beanie, isn't he? So, you know, we are going to make it look fairly easy. So, you do keep the things that you gather during a session from dungeon to dungeon, except keys. So you always start out, as far as inventory is concerned, with nothing. And as you can see, the leveling up process is absolutely crawling for the likes of myself. And I'd like to point at Vaughn and say the same, but she's already max level. So not a crawl for her. And now we would go over to, and everyone's got their own individual room, and I can come in and go and have a nosy at their avatar and their armor. And, you know, if I wanted to, I can go up into Beanie's boudoir and have a little squat on his bed. I left you a present in your bed, mate.
Oh, thanks.
No worries.
Your teddy.
No, it's a lot stinkier than that. Right, and we would then fabricate gear. And you can see that there, now that I'm at the higher level, everything is coming with, like, fire damage and explosion and critter damage and so on. What I will see about doing, though, is showing off some two-handed sword gameplay, because that's something that I don't do enough of. Oh, look at that. That is a nice sword. See what I have now. You can have page upon page upon page of all these different things. Some of the better things that I have, this is the 8-shot crossbow that I have. Reload. Oops. Is it not select? Oh, I selected something else. So we reload. Done with either grip or trigger. It feels more natural to reload the crossbow with grip, as it happens, than trigger, because you would grab hold of the string and pull it. You wouldn't use your fingers to do it. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need to reload. This really helps for gunslinging, because we can really go at a rapid pace. But if gunslinging is not for you, you can change it into the other hand, and you can also grip, and then it all cinches in like a rifle. And you can shoot it that way. So even if you're not into the D&D side of things, you know, this is basically your equivalent of like a single shot rifle. Oh, Beanie's got something he wants to show. Oh, have you finally got your own baby's first ice bow? So, Von, could you change your staff to the gravity staff, please? Thank you. There are some very cool staffs in this game. Not particularly useful, like we have the fire staff, which just fires fireballs, basically. Nice. We have the chrono staff, the gravity staff. We also have the shock staff and the force staff. You also have just a standard melee staff as well, but for some reason mine fire fireballs. Normally these are supposed to be just a pimp cane, and you whack enemies with them. They're actually quite a good melee weapon in a lot of the magic staffs, because they are the longest thing that you can have in the game. As one of the things that you can do is you can wield it like a spear and put it over a shoulder, and then you can fire and then hit over the top, and that is probably one of the longest lengths other than two-handers that you can get. So mages definitely have their thing. We may do some sword and board, but for now, let's check out my long swording. You got a two-hander yet, Beanie?
Don't think so. Check.
Okay, I'll let you. Well, I was going to say you stay on range. I'll do a bit of two-handing for the purposes of the stream. But again, look at all of the there's probably about the two-handed sword, or the long sword, is the latest addition to the weapons, and I think there's probably about 6 or 7 different kinds of long swords. And then they all have various effects and various colours and bits and pieces with them as well. And the likelihood is there's still some that I haven't seen. We are going to need something with a decent amount of attack damage, and that looks cool as fuck, and is nice and long as well, because, you know, kind of a fundamental trait within a long sword. Yeah, I think that's got to be the one that does stab damage too. I do like stab damage. So what we want to do here is, at the moment, I have an exosuit perk that is for the bow. I want to change it to something a little bit more swordy. Adds 40% chance to increase melee damage, increase stabbing by 100%. Shield knockback. Nope. That'll do. It's the one thing in this game. So again, I do try and come with the cons, and I do try and tell you what is not right about the game, or is not feeling particularly great. Should we do a... That's some excellent parkouring there, Von. Well done. Should we do a... You up for a soul hunt? Show that off, and then we'll finish up with a what's it called? One of those what's it called?
What's it?
One of those thingies. We'll finish up with a crystal hunt. So, and I'll change my weaponry back to that for this, because two-handing, we can do some of that. So as I said, it would be my one complaint about this game, and this is kind of just the latest edition as well, is the two-handed swords. They're almost there. They feel good to use, but there are times when you hit enemies and things happen, like you grab swords out of... In fact, I know what I'll do to stop that happening whilst we're playing. I'll just take the normal swords off. I'm two-handed. What do I need normal swords for? Can you even take things off? I think you can. That and sell. This is how you de-equip items if you want to go in with nothing, by the way. Let's go for that one I'm not going to use, and then... That's the same side, idiot. That one's rubbish too. It shouldn't do it, but it does. So I'm going to try and... So I'm going to try and show the longsword off at what I think it's at its best, where you don't have any side weapons. There are lots of times where I'll accidentally... I probably just didn't press the button.
Why is it empty?
Oh, no, it is. What's empty?
The beer
Oh, the
barrel.
keg.
Yeah.
Because you've already been here, that's why. Beanie was here. That's my teleporting spot. We were supposed to teleport together. Now we'll become one. We have become one.
We've morphed into one being.
Hello, Andrew. How are we doing? So, Von is usually more than happy to be our staff wielder, which then puts me and Beanie on killy duty. You get a lot of twisting of hands when impacting with objects and weapon enemies. I do find the longsword particularly good for stabbing with, though. And, you know, we've got distance. Of all the things not to show off... Oh yeah, sorry, we're supposed to be waiting... Hang on, Beanie, hang on. We're supposed to be waiting for Von. So Von has to target them to make them so that they then have a soul to be harvested. So we need to coordinate with her, or, you know, have her target enemies to have them in a state of play where then if we kill them, they have a soul. Show us some of this gravity staff play there. And yeah, that guy's dead now. The gravity staff is so good in this game. A bit of a comedy item, I suppose, but it definitely has its fun, and it definitely has its uses. So it's not as good as a lot of the magic of this game. When you get ice, your movements are slowed, which I think is nice. You don't have your full range when you are iced, which makes that as a player effect quite difficult to overcome at times. And that is how we would complete a round. That will then open up a door, which we can then investigate, and we'll have like various loot and chests there, no enemies, and then we just carry on. Right. But yeah, so as I say, the longsword has only just been implemented, and it feels good to use. It's just the impact on the enemies at times is not so great.
I have a key.
Oh, dirty gamer indeed. We have a key.
I have a key.
But yeah, you do not come to this style of level or this style of dungeon to kind of... I mean, it's usually quite quick for leveling up, but you have to do these for a specific reason. You need to play the soul hunts. You need to play the crystal hunts, the soul collectors. You need to play the crystal hunts, and then the dungeon is your thing that you can get everything out of as far as fabrications. So there is good reason for everything within this game and engaging with everything. Too many times I've seen games where... Behind you, Bob. Ow. Too many times I've seen games where there's all these cool modes, but there's no reason to play them, and they have made good reason to play each of the modes within this one. I find the longsword is probably... It's to do with holding it two-handed, but that's when it's at its most powerful. When you one-hand it, it's probably just a normal sword, but better. Because it's longer. But there is some connection issues, some collision issues with it. So as I said, not the one to show off, but I don't like to just show off the positives of a game. Because there might be somebody watching this going like, oh my god, two-handed sword. That is my dream to play with my buddies when I'm in cooperative on a dungeon crawling game. And to that person I would say, just wait, let them cook. They've only just implemented this, and we did do some testing with it, and we've told them what we think is wrong with it, and they'll get round to it. They'll get there eventually. All the rest of the weapons, the impacts, the feel, it's all very good. Let's go and have a look. What do we got? Nothing. Got nothing.
I've got 2 keys.
Yeah, see? Look, my longsword's bigger than Beanie's. Walk around with it like a true adventurer. Hey, look, there we go. Go on, Beanie, get in there. Open that chest.
Quad damage potion.
Quad damage potion. But yeah, so for... And I love my two-handed weaponry in this, and I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of games in VR that don't get it right. I think... What does work two-handed wise? Obviously Broken Edge, but that doesn't have too much to worry about. But they've got two-handed down. I would imagine Blade and Sorcery works well. I've seen a lot of good connection, a lot of good hits on this bit. As I said, I mean, you know, it still comes together every now and again. What can I say? But it's when you do those reverse ones, and when you make contact with enemy weaponry. Yeah. Use the Schwartz, Luke. But if we just run at them, we'll get our ass handed to us. There was a time, and I thought it was a great time, when you used to get stun-locked by ice enemies, and if you were solo, you were fucked. And if you were playing multiplayer, you needed help from your friends. They did take that out because I think they got complaints. I liked it. But, yeah. I'm that kind of special. Haven't seen these yet either. These are one of the sort of like sub-boss enemies. Fucking massive bees. Or wasps, probably. Sometimes the longsword does come together, but it's a little few and far between. Damn.
No, no.
Frozen in midair. Good stuff. And then sometimes it just loses your grip on it. Top tip for anybody who's struggling with this level or with this style of play: as long as you are not up against ranged enemies, ow. And let me put the key in. Come on now. You can actually sit in this bowl and enemies can't get to you. But yeah, obviously range is a bit of a problem as far as that's concerned.
I beat him with my bow.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. It's a hand-to-hand combat bow. Sounds so surprised. Oops. Over by us one.
Did we lose a one?
Oh, we might have done. But she's our staff girl. Oh, there goes Von. If you do disconnect during a game as well, she'll still be able to finish the mission and still get XP. She's having a little bit of problems her end with her Quest 3, kind of losing Wi-Fi. She'll be back in a minute. There you go, she's back straight away. All that'll happen now... Good, excellent demonstration, Von, well done. All that'll happen now, when she left the dungeon, all of her shit will have fallen on the floor. So, the only problem is now she has to pick it all back up. That's about the long and short of it. There you go, mission accomplished. One more gate. Hopefully, there is a chest in here. That would be nice.
Yep.
Yay! Boo! Like, see, even some of the medium chests are just shit.
Just coins.
Boo. Yeah, it was just coins. Very. Why do we even bother sometimes? Why do we even bother? And then for completing one of these, not only do we get the number of souls that is associated with the mission.
Sparta kick me.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, I can't kick though. I mean, I can Sparta stab you. No, get off! Get off! Yeah, this is definitely a very. This is a Sparta. If it was Hellsweeper, I could, but I can't. No kick.
Yeah.
Kung Fu, you could.
Right? Right?
Help me!
There is actually, funnily enough, there is no grip mechanic on this game, but if you hold your hand over the edge, you can kind of struggle, but he ain't getting back up.
Don't do me like
Grab
this.
hold of the sharp bit of my sword. There you go, got him. Nailed it! Cool, let's get out of here. We'll do a crystal hunt and then we will call it there. I think. How long have we been going? Oh, actually, no, it's only 10 past 10. Got plenty of time.
Only?
I feel, yeah, no, well, we've already done 2 dungeons, haven't we? I suppose those 2 are both quite quick. Well, yeah, one. Yeah, oh, all right, Von. You and your terms. And then for completing the soul harvest, we also get a reward from this excellent dude. Right? I know.
Can you speak in English?
What, you don't understand him?
Nope.
He's got subtitles off. Ooh, a legendary bow. Let's go and have a look at it.
He's talking that gibberish again.
これは何ですか? どうしておしまして? So, if we have a look... For he is the Quizat Haderach. So, as you can see, there are different bow types as well. There are standard bows, hunting bows, exotic bows, and something else. And then each of them can have a status before it, and then they all have different damage and different powers. You could spend a very long time, when you get to level 60, grinding the game, because at that point it probably is a bit of a grind, to get the perfect weapon that you want. You can't craft the perfect weapon that you want yet. He's got a hammer. Uh-oh. The only thing that is missing from this game, and I have pestered Othergate about it, and I think Beanie will very much agree with me, is I feel that this has got enough to be the Dark and Darker of VR, and I'd love to see it. Love to see a Dark and Darker of VR, and this to have a mode for that, some sort of PvP. But I've been told that no, that is not the scope, that is not what's happening. But maybe, just maybe. Funny thing is, there's already people organising competitions between... This is supposed to be a cooperative game, and there are already various dungeon competitions, dungeon games that you can engage in if you check out the Discord. Right, let's get something... Let's get something nasty on. Let's get that on. And what we got. Let's have that one. Yeah. Look at that. Normally, I am not a fan of this rhubarb and custard looking fruit salad motherfucker of a colour, but for that sword, I will make an exception.
What?
And
Fruit
rhubarb
salad.
and custard. Fruit salad.
That? Yeah.
Fucking yellow and pink, innit? Fuck off. But because the sword's already yellow, it only has a little bit of pink on there. So, and thankfully, I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to be able to have a little bit of pink. Little tinge. Just a little. Can you put... look, he's trying to dock with my sword, but he
Can't
can't.
even get it. Can't
Get it in. Can't get it in. Go on. Go on.
Don't
No,
wanna do it.
it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. There are some various bits and pieces that we have as well, some kind of like joke items. They are actually decent melee. Well, they're not decent, but they are actually melee weapons, and these are the candy canes from the Christmas side of things that we had. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I say fruit salad. Look at that. It's never getting used. Never, ever. Are you just going to squat in my room and take a shit, are you?
Yes.
There you go. It's got ice damage, throw damage, and it's just got fucking nails randomly put in it.
It's Lucille.
Call my bashy stick. Cool. Have I got crossbow. Lovely. Let's do some let's go and have a look and do some, what's it called? The thing.
So,
Exo. Oh, Beanie's having a sit down. Okay, let's go for the occult tunnels. We'll keep it at middle difficulty, because I'm trying to show this game off and not how we all die horribly. Again, see, the thing is, though, the reason why I'm doing this, and obviously Beanie is as well, is to level up. If there was more experience available from the top tier, then I would be forcing Von to come on it. I know Beanie needs no excuse, but I'd be forcing Von to play that. And because at the moment there is no benefit for doing the higher tier other than, you know, personal achievement and difficulty. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on a little bit of a crystal halt. What we can do here is we can each individually take a room, go and swipe those crystals, bring them back and do this nice and quickly. But it's not about that, is it? It's about the cooperative experience. So if you guys want to go and get the crystals, and then I'll stay here and wait. So
So cooperative.
oh, look. I know, right? All the cooperative. So you can see we're in the kind of sewers biome now. So it's all about that poisonous sludge. There was a time when this crossbow was incredibly powerful with the reload skill, and then they nerfed it. So, ow. Can you actually climb that one? Yet. Yeah. Named Spike Bats. For the win. All the best villains have a named Spike Bat. Like, for instance, that crate there on these levels, when you smash crates, on any levels, when you smash crates, you'll get some kind of critter out of them. Normally it's spiders. On these levels, it's like jellomoles or slimes or whatever you want to call them. Don't think jellomole is the correct... Are you trying to light a cigarette on that or something, Beanie? I mean, that's one use for it, I guess. You got any keys on you, Beans?
I do not.
Well, we need to find them. You're taking some hits, aren't you? Ah, don't poison me! See, this is why I gunsling. Beanie?
Sure. I don't take a staff and I get all the stupid crystals.
Of course. Standard. Have you given him the key?
Eh?
Key. So you can open the chests.
Okay.
You're your designated chest opener.
Ow. Oh, invisibility.
We haven't actually demonstrated that.
Fireball stuff.
So if I pop this and then throw it on the floor, we all gain the effects of invisibility, and then enemies basically don't get aggroed on us. And that's kind of like a bit of a easy mode button that you can hit. One of the things that I will say is, in the legendary, or in the tier 7, like, these guys can't even see us. So this is a nice, easy room to mop up. Come here. Or did I get that yesterday?
Oh, I got slime.
The slimes will attach themselves to your head, like a good slime does, and poison you and slow you down.
Key.
Any chests? Yeah, I've got a key as well for him.
Ah,
Various marked barrels are... Damn, missed. Poisonous. And will explode when a player gets near enough. Huh, you could actually land on that. Got to try that now.
oh, yeah, you can.
Can I get in it, though? Ooh. Actually, I wonder if the chains are grabbable. Got to test now. Got to test. Never actually tried. Ah!
Nope.
Oh. Okay, we've had our fun. On we go.
I took like so much full damage then. The hell?
Yeah, you do take damage when you
Where was the other chest?
get hurt. Enter the Wang. Hello, Wang. Welcome to the channel. Cool. So, here we have the crystal hunt. So we're going to activate this. There will be spectral versions of the skeletons and the floating skeleton wizards, or ancestral summoners, I think they are, ancestral wizards. And we can only damage things that are blue. We can't damage things that are red. So as a team, we are going to have to coordinate to make sure that somebody is stepping on these to make sure that enemies can be attacked. If we don't, then the things that you then become invincible are the only things that can damage this, and if we take too much damage they'll destroy the crystals and then we'll get less of a yield for the level. My toppiest tip for this is, even if the enemy is red, if you get all up in their face you can get them to target you instead of the pyramid, whilst your friends press a button to get them back to blue again. We shall demonstrate. So, as you can see, Von's already activated it. These guys are already blue, so we don't actually need to kill him. It's these guys that will damage, and when they're red, they're invincible. Someone press it. Cheers. Yes, please. Me. Thank you. So this is your little bit more fast and frantic paced affair more often than not, because there is a lot going on here. Cheers! Oh, another one by it. Somehow lost my crossbow. When you can fire this many bolts in this rapid succession, accuracy doesn't even matter anymore. Easy job, all crystals grained. So what that'll do now is we'll all each get 3 exo points, which, Beanie, you probably need, don't you? Do you need exo points? Yeah. So, and then that will allow us to either unlock or level up the exo skills, and then that means that you can then start making your character via perks lean into what you want. And bear in mind, between dungeons you can change them as well, so you're never locked in to a style. I mean, if you can't get down, we will have to quit. Every time. I think we can end it without him, though, can't we?
We should get pulled back.
I'm stuck.
No, he's definitely stuck. Yeah. That's okay. At least they've sorted that out. But yeah, you can run all the way up to the top of the pyramid, as we have found out, and as Beanie is still demonstrating, which is a nice touch. As you can see as well, you have number of kills, number of deaths, number of, I think that's revives, isn't it, the potion one? And then the amount of gold that you collected. And it doesn't matter who collects the gold, because you all get it combined as a team, which saddens me greatly, because I like stealing all the gold, but there's clearly no point to doing it anymore. So, but there you go. Well, I say we just do a little bit more dungeon delving, and then we'll... what time are we on? Cool. Let's go here and here, and we'll go increased damage, and we'll put the old normal bow back on. And as you can see, different maximum effort. Oh, what? Double swords? Double of the same kind.
Max difficulty.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got you. I got you. See what you did there now. Took me a while. But yeah, as you can see, the different bows have different styles. There are quite a few different bows. There's only 3 or 4 different crossbows, I think, as well. Some of them look particularly mean. Like that one, with its all the strings for some reason. Let's get old Trusty back on. That'll do us. Oh, we didn't use Clubby. Clubby. Are you taking a shit in the hall again? It's disgusting, it really is. Can't take him anywhere. Should we play... We'll do a normal dungeon crawl on the sand level in the hope of fighting scorpion-esque enemies.
Good chance of that.
So, and then... So, right, sometimes you'll get these relatively straightforward dungeons that you'd think I wouldn't be able to get lost in, but I can. Other times you'll get ones that are huge and looping and different levels and all sorts of nasty going on. But we'll go with this one. Pop it up a level. I think we're doing it's a bit too easy.
Ah, that's not maximum.
No, I said we'll pop it up a level. Kind of done now. At this point, we're just showing things off, so it doesn't matter, does it? Maybe we'll do maximum tier so we can show off the level of challenge. But yeah, even I would say that I'm not supposed to be playing top tier at this point because I'm not at level 60, so I'm not getting level 60 gear, and that's what tier 7 is made for. So, or so they say. They are so the again, as I said, there are some complaints with this game. One of the ones that I would say is there is no real end game content other than grinding to get the perfect weapon at level 60. But then, having said that, ow. Having said that, have we got the key already? Nice. Having said that, you know, you could play this forever in the day with a good bunch of friends and you'll get your joy out of it very easily, even at that top level. And, I mean, again, as I've said previous, that's... Oh, value-wise, no, I'm full. Beanie?
I'm full.
She's gem managing. Gemissing. So this is the other thing as well, is Von, although her inventory is full and so are ours, she'll carry 2 with her as well, and then she can get even more value out of her staff. So we do have our ways. Ooh, boss room? No. There are some truly epic bosses on this game. There's a surprisingly large amount of different things that could go on. If we see them, you'll see them, but at this point, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, because some of the bosses are fucking great. One in particular is awesome, and requires a little bit more thought than just shoot the thing with everything, which is nice. Got a chest here for you, Beans.
Do we have keys?
We have keys.
The tawny skin color.
Tawny.
Legendary exotic.
What was the other one? Is it like... Oh, there was something that was so bland sounding. Strong hair or something like that, I think it was. Can't remember. So bland. Pinged off his armor. What a prick. And so, as you can see when you're playing together as well, and like we've played together quite well, I suppose, well, me and Von have definitely played together a lot, and Beanie's played a fair bit with us also. And so you start developing, like, I'll sit at range and try and ice stuff. Beanie will then go in for the kill and try and finish it off whilst chucking stuff as well. Occasionally he'll get his fucking bow out. Occasionally. If we're lucky. Well, the thing is, you prefer throwing in this game to bow play, don't you? So...
I'm back and forth between the two.
Depends on how your elbows are dealing with it.
Depends if I've got a good throwing weapon. At the moment I've got 2 broadswords, so...
Yeah, they're not the greatest. Yeah, you would. To be fair, I know you like your throwing stuff. You want daggers. Really want nice pair of daggers. Nice pair of dags.
Good old pair of dags.
Pair of dags. Okay, that room's got multiple exits to it. Yeah, so we're heading back. There isn't any... Oh, no, there is a door over here. as hopefully we will see later on in the stream, Beanie and Bats are not a good combination. No, no. And when Bats get aggroed onto one of your teammates, especially if there is a small swarm of them, it's very funny. It's very funny to watch. I mean, it would be a good teammate thing to help, but very funny to watch. Do you need a key?
Yes.
Oh, there's a key down there. There's a key on the floor right next to it. And there's mimics. So yeah, what I was saying about opening all the chests, that was bullshit. It was just because I wanted to get you mimicked. You heard it here live. I do believe he made well, what a gasp of surprise. A little squeaky sound. That wasn't very dramatic. So yeah, apologies if I have ruined the surprise of that for anybody. But one of the things that I really like about mimics on this, I still think they're probably a little bit too common, but the fact that they can only... Ooh, scorpions. They can only appear on... The mimics can only come from medium chests at the moment. And what you like on... nice hit, Beans. What are you like on gems? There's another one there. They can only come on medium chests. And, as I say, at the moment. And they're rare enough so that you now fear opening all medium chests. And it's when you open enough that you quite happily get into that realm of complacency, and it's almost like you forget that there is a jump scare with medium chests now. And you forget every time, and then it comes. Every single fucking time. I wish, like in Dark and Darker, they actually moved about, but... And, like, you know, became an actual enemy and difficult combat. Did you just waste a key on that? What are you playing at, man? We haven't got that many keys. Well, waste. I hope you feel disappointed.
Yep.
Right.
Disappointment.
It's disappointment. Ooh, big trap room. Big trap room, this one. Follow me. Don't kill him. Mimic doors. Someone else made that suggestion. You can't have a mimic door. I wanted to show off how the traps can kill enemies, and it's hilarious. So here we go. We have enemies, and... Denied. He might make it through. Probably would have made it through. But yeah, the fact that traps actually kill enemies. I have played many games where it's like they just walk through that and just brush it off. Look at the gate on that zombie. See you later, pal.
Oh.
Up.
What
Nicely,
did you do?
Hang on, what did you do?
I took full damage next to an exploding barrel.
Just for a minute there, I thought that they actually listened to what I asked them to do and made consequences for falling. Like, if you jump from up there and you break your legs, I should have to come down here and help you. So I can use the A button and hold and rescue, or I can throw a resurrection potion by him and get him up. Resurrection potions are reasonably rare, I would say. But if you do enough of the soul quests, the soul collecting, you can actually have it so that they become a fabricatable item. It's very nice. And Von, are you still up the top? We'll come to you. We'll do the top ones first if you're still up there.
Yep.
Whoop. Again, if you... Again... You know, nothing without its complaints. When you die to traps or falling damage or spikes or what have you, you just get reset. So, yeah. I'd prefer it when those things happen that you have to be revived by your teammates. Not just for the funny element of that, but also for the factor of, like, you know, makes things harder. Dick about and you go down and man down on your team. Ow. No. Won't let me fire the sword. Money, 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 money. Okay. Yeah. Although it does look funny. There you go. And now I teleport down to the bottom. A lot of the time it's actually advantageous to get killed by traps because of where you teleport to. This way might have a door. Oop. It does. Don't think we've been here, have we? Ah. Fucking scorpion bastard. How many keys we got?
Yours?
Just mine. Okay, yeah, fuck that door then. Because that would be then 2. Yeah, but no, don't. Because it'd be 2 keys for a small chest. That is not worth it. Especially if we're short on keys at the moment. There have been complaints on this game. Again, this isn't a con. This is just people. There have been complaints on this game that there are often not enough keys to open absolutely everything in a dungeon. And it's like, fuck me, are you not going to, like, prioritize then and, like, have to be forced to make choices? And I don't know, maybe some people's OCD just gets the better of them. But this is why I say, like, you know, you don't use 2 keys to open a small chest when you are short on keys. It's management. Management in the dungeon. Should all be capable of this.
I did just find
So,
the key.
it's still not enough. Because we open that and then we've only got 1 left and there could be 2 big chests and we might not see another key. Although you watch, after saying all of that now, the next room will be the end room and then we're done. Didn't I have the skill key? I did. This used to work.
6 hours later.
Alright, fine.
I was gonna say, you need aim for that.
Shh. It used to work. It doesn't anymore, unfortunately.
But
Or I
no,
don't think it does. As you say, though, it does require aim. So yeah, for those of you who have won this evening as well, I expect you all prompt and center for when we do our next Dungeons of Eternity stream where I'm playing with you lot. And the way that we usually work that is I will give everybody like a couple of dungeons worth and we'll get done what you want to get done, be it exo points or soul hunting or what have you. See, there you go, next room. But we do need multiple keys, so... Hey. On the lower levels, these medium chests do have sign. There's a medium... Did he put the camera at the top? There's a medium chest on me. The mimics do have sign when you are playing in the lower tier difficulties of the game. And they'll breathe and they'll make a noise and they'll move a little bit. From about level 5 and onwards, they make no sign. There are no noises. So you can't, like, investigate the chest to see if it's a mimic or not. Which, it's pretty cool. I like.
How am I nearly dead?
Ow. What are you trying to do?
I got one of the gems stuck.
I mean, I've got 3 on me, and there's another one here.
Yeah, I got 3 on me as well, but you know.
Where did you put it? Looked like you were climbing here.
It's up there.
Oh, I see it. Yep. No. Right. Bored of that. Oh, we got to go round, haven't we? Empiric. And so... Yeah, no worries, Tony. See you soon, mate. And yeah, when you're playing it, let us know. Let us know. We'll take you through. Beanie, have you got key, Von?
No.
Okay.
Beanie, you've got all the keys. These are the ones that you go after, the big boy chests. And also, everybody gets a shot of the loot, and it is now different for everybody. Cheers, Tony. See you later.
Bye.
So, and yeah, I do have a little bit of a after party planned. I have a game that I bought recently that has a discount code on Facebook for like 20%, and I figured rather than hunting down somebody, I could just use that. And I don't think many people will have the game. A game called Agent Simulator, which basically looks like a shooting game with all my favorite scenes from all my favorite movies. So it looks like Matrix Simulator. The graphics are a little blocky from what I've seen, but again, you know, gives us something to have a look at for half an hour afterwards. So yeah. Yeah, I think we're just about ready. So if anybody is watching, has any questions about the game or anything you would like to see or what have you, do ask. I'm happy to answer. Again, we are all about allowing you to make an informed buying decision or purchase or what have you, if that is what you want to do or that's what you're looking at. This is, I mean, I think Von will agree, and I think Beanie will as well. Value proposition-wise, for the amount of content that this game has, from start to basically level 60, is just ridiculous. Each of us have put, what, 100, 150 hours in?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, about that.
And, you know, and I've put that amount in, and I'm not even finished yet. Nice. Gutted. Von doing a staff thing from up on high. Oh. Oh, stop it, you shit. Interestingly, when an enemy gets iced, even after they have unfrozen, they are then considered at 1 HP. So when frozen or being iced and then unfrozen, they are still then a one-hit kill. I think. Unless they've changed that. Yeah. There's a lot of enemies getting confused by you guys being up on platforms. I see him down the bottom here going, Good tactic. A summoner? It is a summoner. Didn't like that. Ow. Easy.
That felt really anticlimactic.
A little bit. I'm ready. Hoppa. Yep, didn't work. Plenty of options within the multiplayer as well for sort of like muting if you ever needed to mute somebody, kicking, various bits, your regular sort of stuff that you would expect. The one thing that I will say, I'm going to have a quick check of this actually, is I think all of their servers must be in the States, because if you look at what we're doing, and let me tell you, if it doesn't look like it, and I think we'll all agree, this is all very much buttery smooth. Me and Beanie are obviously playing in the same country. Von's in the Netherlands, and I believe the servers are stateside because I have never had less than kind of 100 ping, and my internet's pretty good. So, and we don't get any slowdown, that you don't visually see people skipping about the place or anything along those lines. I very rarely see any kind of desync, if at all. And so, yeah, as far as the net coding is concerned on this, the devs made sure that this cooperative was up and running and, like, at its best. Straight off the bounce. Hello, Fee. Straight off the bounce. And with good reason as well, because first impressions on games are everything, I believe, these days. It's... well, as I've spoken about with Into the Radius, it's one of my fears with the cooperative, early access or not, that game launching as it is. I've actually played some cooperative of that now, and it's, yeah, a little salty, a little spicy. Let's see. Which one? We've done them all now, haven't we? Probably got time for... one more? Yeah, we've got time for one more. You got time for one more, Beanie?
Yeah,
He
whatever you
wants
need.
level 7.
He wants level 37. Oh, remember when we were 37? So there's a good example of a truly epic proportions dungeon. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... about 22 rooms there with the interconnecting corridors, and there'll be all sorts of nasty shit going on there. And sometimes when you take these, they'll have a lot of chests. Other times they'll have sod all. Sometimes they'll have enough keys. Sometimes there won't be enough keys. What are you doing down there? Those aren't buttons.
I'm licking the table.
Stop licking everything. What did we tell you?
Mate, you're going to be so happy with ATR2 co-op, though. You can window lick, let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Get your best kit on, boys and girls. It's about to get nasty, so we're going to play it in the top difficulty and try not to get our asses handed to us. We do have Von on ice. I've got ice as well. If anyone's asking, ice and poison, maybe slow, are probably the meta weapon elements to have, because ice just freezes things and then reduces it to a one hit. So, not bosses though. Doesn't work on bosses anymore. There was a time when it did, and those times are gone. Right, we are on top level, so let's fucking play it proper. We want to be making use of the old potions as well for a change, which I never do because we never need them on any other tier of difficulty. And what you'll see, as is quite standard, is increased health and damage on the enemies, as well as speed and all the usual stuff. So we're having to tear into them a lot more. So if you're after your challenge, it isn't a clever way to increase the difficulty. For me, that's always enemies, new enemies, having different kinds of attacks and maybe different tactics or whatnot. I do believe at tier 7, but I couldn't say for certain, that we might get the harder boss types. Yeah, no worries, Echoin. Thanks for dropping by, dude. Make sure you've got yourself in that Gleam competition for the old Quest 3 if you haven't already, because I don't know if both you and the missus have got Q3s, but... So, again, as I was saying earlier, there is a Quest 3 up for grabs from the Dungeons of Eternity scheme. If you check the linked comment at the top of the chat, that's to the right, up there. You should see. Is that haste? That's haste. Sorry, I haven't got any. I did it on the quick. There you go. Well done, Vaughn. That's not a resurrection potion. But yeah, there is a competition on at the moment to win a Quest 3. And having a Gleam account and notching yourself up to all of those things. Hey, look, I could die to a single hit here, Kim. I'm just going to...
a Gleam account. You can log in with Facebook or Discord.
Throw a yellow. What's... Say that again.
You don't need a Gleam account.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you do need to...
Facebook, X,
yeah,
Discord.
but that's still in essence... Hey, look at that up there. Huh. Never seen that one. Lovely. See, they do hide it in all sorts of fucking places. Good devs. So, yeah, as Von's saying, you can log in with other accounts, but that, in essence, creates you an account that you can then log in through the other details. So, but yeah, you're quite right. It's a lot easier to create things these days by logging in with other things. And, yeah.
Oh, what's this one?
If you're not familiar with Gleam and how it works and what it is a trustworthy source. Oh, I do not need to get frozen here. Ah, you shit. Got him, nice. Arrow. Beanie almost ate an arrow then. But yeah, so if you're not familiar with what Gleam is, it's a... I mean, yeah, they probably should, Ken, but... I mean... yeah, well, you're not wrong. It is a thing. Oh, there's bats in there, by the way. Or something. Oh, no. Bugs. Well, that's because she's got time. I'm killing things. I'm the killie. She's the support. That's why she knows what a res potion looks like. I just throw the yellow one at the corpses, and if it turns out to be a resurrection potion, then happy days. If not, I might have given myself haste, but probably not. But yeah, so Gleam's a reputable thing if you haven't heard of it or haven't used it. And it's worth having up and running as well, because a lot of giveaways are being done through it these days by a lot of different companies. So... And it's as simple as go through all the little things. None of them are like, you must subscribe to, or you must do this, you must do that. A lot of them are just visit. Some of them are, but this one isn't. So I was quite happy with that, because I don't like people being told to do. The only one that's, I mean, I was going to say obnoxious, but that's the wrong word. Like being forced to subscribe to somebody or forced to do something.
Look at Silver Tongue
Have-
Devil's channel. Like,
Oh,
just
fuck
that.
off, Vaughn. Fuck
What
off.
is with that?
So, right.
I don't have many keys.
Hey. So, yeah. So, other than being forced to look at my YouTube channel, the only other one that I mean, it's not that bad because if you know what you're doing, you can do it quickly. Is like retweeting the whole thing. So, and yeah, I suppose it is a bit, isn't it? But I don't do X, so yeah. But the thing is, like, you know, there are other ones where like you end up. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But then the thing is, all the sort of people that want that, harvest it, and buy it, already have it all anyway, so it doesn't really change anything. The only way that you can really get away with any of that these days is just not having anything. And even then, they'll still have what they need on you, so... Even then... I have no keys, but there's just here.
Nothing up
I have
here.
no keys. I have a map.
Try putting that in the lock. Nope.
Don't fit.
This is why we're the kill guys and not support. No keys?
No keys.
I was all ready too. Until you enter a room as well, you don't trigger things. One of the other things that you can do is you can retreat from one room back into another as long as that room is not a lock-in. And that is definitely a valid tactic. You do have full collision with things as well, so you do have to fight in such a way and use the weaponry in such a way where you're not going to like collide with walls and such. The ability to swap your weapons around on the fly and reholster them in the different ones, they'll always return to where you had them when you set up your character, but being able to change all of that stuff on the fly is a very nice feature. Oh shit, scorpion jump scare. Oh, and you came in frozen. Ha. Newbie skill, Scorp. But yeah, so there is the game caters for the casual, your average player, and with what we're doing now, your hardcore. Any of us could go down at any time. Me and Vaughn are playing a lot more carefully than Beanie is, hence why he's going down. But again, these things are all... Oh, yeah, sure. These things are all conquerable. There you go. Should we get... I've got an invisibility potion. Beanie, do you want to head over to the thing? Oh. Hang on, why did that... Oh, I drank it. Interesting. God, he's going to take some damage. Behind us. Okay, that wasn't too bad. With these summoners, when they disappear, if you put your back to a wall, they can't teleport behind you. They will actively... I got you. They will actively try and teleport behind you. Below... Nope, on your right. He's taking some hits. In front. Ah, dickhead. And there's the giant scorpion. We don't see these very often. You have to go for the unarmored segments at the back. But there are... So the Scorpion is locked on to Von. Oh, he burrowed. We usually kill it quicker than that. He's locked on to other people, and these guys can't jump, so we can literally hand this guy his ass. Hopefully, unless he changes target, which those guys are closer. Well, I'm glad we got to see the giant scorpion. So there's how many other bosses are there? We haven't seen beholders. They are in the game, both a boss variant and the smaller children beholders. They don't have the tentacly eyes, but they do have a bunch of eyes around them. And there is also a golem as well. And the golem and the beholders have got a very cool life system in that the eyes around the outside of the beholder represents its life bar. Note how there have been no damage numbers. There have been no... Oh, don't tell me that.
It's bugged.
Oh, The problem with this now is we'll have to return to dungeon. One of the things that does happen, so it doesn't matter. We won't be getting any experience from this, but all of the fabrications we've found, i.e. the important stuff, we will get to keep. But that is basically level complete. As I was saying, the golems and the beholders, their life bar is represented with the golems. There's a load of rocks above their head, and whilst these two try and work things out. Maybe we can pick it up. Nope. So, yeah, beholders have a life bar above their head, represented by the eyes, or the little orbs that are around them, so as you damage them, those disappear. And the golems actually use the rocks that represent their life bar. They grab them and throw them at you, and I think it actually causes them, well, not causes them damage, but reduces their health bar. And it's all these little things, because, you know, as I said, the UI is minimal on this, and I've got this set up as standard. All I can see, gold, life, kills, and even all of that is very minimalistic. And on the underside, a lot of the things that you check, everything is visual and very VR in its way. That's not a bad shout, actually. Let's leave. Fee says leave the room and come back in. Have we got any other rooms that we need to explore?
I don't know. I didn't have the map.
Okay. Oh, we do have a key here. That one does have a chest in it. And not mimic. Yay. Chest on me. One of the other things that you can do whilst you're in the dungeon, this is where the tips and tricks come in, you can tell I'm running out of things to say. That's not true. When you don't know where your location of your teammates are and you don't have the map, if I press the right thumbstick in, it highlights everybody in the dungeon. So if I look around, I can see that Von's all the way over there and Beanie's here. There is proximity chat, kind of. If you are in the same dungeon tile, so like this room and then the next one is the next tile, so this would be another tile. If you are 1 or 2 tiles away from each other, you can hear each other fine. A 3rd tile, everything gets quieter. A 4th tile, you can't hear each other. So again, and this is something that I love, it isn't quite proximity chat, but it has been done in such a way that staying together as a group is beneficial. Unless, of course, you fish and he likes running off and doing his own thing. Beanie, you got any keys?
No, I'm looking for some.
Oh, okay. I'll go back and check the main room a second. And pick up. Oh, we have got the map here.
Yeah.
No. Again, the one thing that I will say is, in all the dungeons that I've done, like having crashes at the end or having things not auto-complete and so on is very, very rare during the beta process and during the, you know, the months of it being open. They've put a lot of redundancies into the game to stop things like that happening. Obviously, you know, they can't cover every single possibility, but it is rare. Oh, nice one. But yeah, what we'll lose here is experience, which is a bit of a shame. But if we'd have got any particularly good weapons when we exit this dungeon, you'll still get to keep the fabrications. Right, in that case then, I'll exit and we'll... have you got that one, Beanie?
Yep.
Yep, cool. And we simply return to Outpost. That'll drag everybody back with me. And then we go there. Let's go and check what we got fabrication-wise. And there you go, you can see that I've still got all of my stuff that I got. The rare exotic bow, rare dagger, same one. Let's have a look. What does it look like? Ooh, it's a nice blue, but it hasn't got the ice effect with it. So, very nice. I've got a flame staff already. Got that. Don't need one of those. Lots of different kinds of shields and bucklers and stuff. As I said, loads of different kinds of daggers and shivs. And all sorts of bits. Yeah, you're probably right, Fee. I didn't even realise I haven't got the invisibility potion unlocked yet. Just need 85 more souls. Tusk. Yeah, one or two more. Oh, you're potion girl. You're the alchemist, not me.
Thanks.
She's the support character, not me and Beanie. And on that bombshell, we shall end it there. This has been the fantastic Dungeons of Eternity, running natively on the Quest 3. We've given 3 keys away today. Congratulations to the winners. This has been, well, not Beanie by the looks of things. I've also been playing with the ravishing Siobhan. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.